beautifuls, this is Michiko here, and we are starting another book type thing. I didn't want to see series in case we get a standalone, but I showed you guys earlier my TBR jar. I made it super cute and did a little like gotcha balls, and I figured I should start with the jar that only has 5 in it compared to the one that has like a hella ton inside. I'm praying we're not gonna be pulling a series. Praying to God, because if so, I'm not ready. Oh no, I hate opening these jars because I get scared, and Tyler is usually the one opening it for me. Okay, all right. Am I in view? Okay, I am in view. This is so nerve-wracking. Okay, we picked red. I didn't color coordinate the themes of the books, like the genre and everything, like adult fantasy or like regular fantasy and stuff like that. So please, it's upside down. Oh, I wanted to read this. Picking Daisies on Sundays. It's actually by an indie author. So let me go grab the book to show you guys. It's right here. It's actually my newest edition that I put in my list. My bestie got this for me during our little Christmas exchange. So we got Picking Daisies on Sundays by Liana Cincotti. Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Her last name, sorry. But this is her second book, actually. Her first book I have coming on the way because I asked her for my Secret Santa when I made the list. So I'm getting that for my Secret Santa. But yeah, Picking Daisies on Sundays. I'm actually excited to read this. Daniela Daisy Maria wanted love. Oops, sorry, you guys can't see it. It's all she hoped for when watching endless rom-coms every Friday night. What she hadn't hoped for was to find it in her childhood best friend, Levi. It was the hand-trembling, heart-thumping kind of love that wasn't supposed to happen when you saw your best friend, but it all ended when he didn't feel the same way and she vowed to never see him again. 4 years later, and one night in a crowded bar in the West Village, there he was, just as perfect as ever. Maybe it was the lighting or the way his hair curled above his brow, but she couldn't say no when he asked her to be his fake girlfriend. Oh my god, this has like almost all my favorite tropes. For his sister's wedding, another chance at being his friend and mending her immature mistake. How was she supposed to say no? Did one of my books fall? It did. Scared me. The weight of possible rejection from her dream grad school quickly became the least of her problems. With old resurfing feelings at every stage, romantic interaction and stolen glance, she struggles to find confidence. She couldn't help but think that maybe she should have said no to protect her heart for a second time. Ooh, this is so interesting. So it's basically childhood best friend, second chance type thing, and fake dating. Oh, it has so much stuff I love, so I cannot wait to read this. So I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy I got this. How many pages is it? Oh shoot. Okay, that's acknowledgements. I was like, oh fuck. 310, so that's not too terrible. I am gonna pick out my annotation tabs and then like my highlighter and pens because now I can finally annotate again, and I'm very excited because this is an indie author, and I think she's the only indie author I have a book of. I know Anna Huang was originally an indie author, but now she's like a full, traditional published author, but I believe Liana is the only one I have that's strictly indie. But I'm so excited to read this. I can't wait to tell my bestie that I'm reading the book she got me. 18th, 7:25. I read up to 2 chapters. It's a brand new day. Yesterday I picked out the annotation stuff and I didn't have time to read because I had to go to work. But today I read the prologue and then like 2 chapters. So I'm on page like 24. I've already tabbed a bunch in my book. If you guys can see. I've done every tab except favorite quote. So there's a lot going on in this book. I am already sad because the prologue basically sums up. I don't want to spoil too much, but you know it's a one-sided type of love, and you know the other friend doesn't feel the same way. And now we're like 4 years later. Time skip. We run into him, and now we're gonna pretend to be a fake couple. So from the descriptions of Levi, he sounds like this perfect guy that's very like family oriented. He's like supportive and everything. He's like perfect guy. But the only con, I guess, is that because he's like so perfect, he attracts many girls. So it becomes a little difficult for a girl. Her name is Danny, but he calls her Daisy. So I was like, why? Who's Danny? It's her name. Her name is Daisy. But I got to the chapter where he basically lies in front of this girl and says that he's dating Daisy. And now they're going to go to a wedding, which is his sister's wedding, and she's going to be his +1. So that's basically the blurb. So I haven't spoiled too much. But I don't know how to feel about Levi yet. Maybe because he's being described as this perfect guy before like I just get to like, you know, assess him myself to make sure he's the perfect guy. Asides that, there is a character, one of her best friends in here. I am not healed yet. I was reading this book and one of her friends is actually a name named after one of my old friends that I used to associate with, and I was like, oh, I'm not healed yet. I don't know if I should read this book because it sounds like the description sounds like my friend. So, my ex-friend or acquaintance or whatever you want to call, you know, friendship breakups hurt. But, yeah. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm still traumatized. But hopefully that person's name doesn't pop up too much in the book or else it's kind of ruining the vibes for me. It's like when people read books and then like the love interest is named after like someone they know. So it's awkward. So right now it's like I'm in the between of awkward stage. But so far the book is interesting. It made me laugh. It made me go, what the fuck already? So great writing so far. We have officially finished picking Daisies on Sundays. This book, I have given it a 4-star out of 5. The reason why I didn't give it a 5-star is because there is one trope in this book that I hate. I despise this trope with all of my being. And it is miscommunication trope. That trope, along with the pregnancy trope, are my least favorite tropes. But for this book, it didn't like irritate me way too much because it was needed for the story, for the plot and everything, so it was understandable. But goddamn, was I suffering. I was getting upset because I was team Daisy the whole time because I was like, okay, her feelings are one-sided and it's weird to see the guy you love again 4 years later and he's asking you to be like his fake date for his sister's wedding and everything. I understand where she's coming from because, bro, I loved you. You didn't say anything back and everything. But then we got to the chapter where we get a flashback of her senior year prom night And it all made sense to why, now I know why Levi is confused, why she just dropped off the planet for 4 years. I don't want to spoil way too much, but the miscommunication is fucking wild. And I think by page 200 and something is when the communication is... 282 is when the communication has been communicated. Out of 300 and something. So... I don't know what chapter it was when we learned about the miscommunication. I definitely remember I annotated it, and I even did B-roll for it, because I wrote in huge capital, misfucking communication, yuck. I don't remember what page it was, I lost it. So, anyway, that is why this book isn't getting a 5-star. 4-star is still very high for me. I'm very picky as a reader. I don't have that many 5 stars on my Goodreads anyway, but this is the most highest rated book so far this year. I'm saying that as it's only January 6th, but I've only read this book and Alice in the Wonderland book, and that one was 2 stars. I didn't make a video for that. I just listened to the audiobook as I read along, and I rather watch the movie. So that one's a 2-star if you guys ever are curious about reading Alice in the Wonderland. But anyway, my opinion again. Picking Daisies on Sundays. I would recommend. Levi is pretty cool. He isn't too stand out, but he isn't too boring. He's the kind of guy like you can rely on. He sounds hot from the book description. He seems reliable. He's very like family oriented, and it makes sense on why he's family oriented. And he, every time he's like sees Daisy upset or anything like sad, negative emotions, whenever he sees her in negative emotions, his instant response is, tell me what's wrong, I'll fix it. And I found that so fucking cute. He's someone you can depend on. It's like, bro, okay, well, I'm crying because... But it's really cute. I really love their banter and everything. I wish we could have seen more of them, like, actually together, and not, like, just fake dating, because we only got a little glimpse of what they look like as a couple, like a real couple, and that was during the epilogue. But I have nothing else to say about this book.
Hello, editing me here. I forgot to mention the 2 things that I actually really love about this book. I think I blinked out because I was too focused on telling you guys how much I hated miscommunication, and here I am. Anyway, there's this one thing that Liana, I keep saying Liani in the video, I so apologize. I think I did it one more time in the last recording before editing me really interrupted her. But there is one thing that Liana did that I absolutely love her brain for. It's like, where is it? So, in the beginning of each chapter, you get like a little sentence above, and you think, okay, yeah, that's cute, it's whatever, it's like a random quote. It's not random. It is all with purpose. And I absolutely adore her for that. Because every time I was reading that one sentence, or maybe like 2 before the actual chapter starts, I'm like, oh, cute. Where are these quotes from? Because she doesn't list who they're written by. But you eventually, okay, spoilers, this is the one spoiler I will give you. You'll later find out that Levi wrote all of those little entries, those sentences. They're poems. They're his poems that he's writing about for Daisy. And the book. The other thing I love when authors do is like drop their book title in their book itself. So it's like, oh shit, that's the book. That they just said the title. Yeah, I love that shit. But anyway, the literal poem that he wrote in French, it was translated as Picking Daisies on Sundays. Once I read that chapter of his poem and then learning that the poem title was this book, Liana, your brain is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Ouch. It is so beautiful. I love that. I'm so mad I forgot to mention that, but there you go. The one spoiler, I promise. Except that it's great. It's pink. It's cute. It's a very... I think this is the best young adult book I've read, romantic-wise, since last year leading to this year. I'm pretty sure, because I can only remember the pain of the classical books, and those are clean romance books too. And I was just struggling, except Little Women. I am still not over Little Women. I know we're not talking about Little Women, but I have to show you guys this book. Hold on. I have to show it to you guys. Look at this edition of Little Women. It's so me. It's so pink. It's so pretty. I hid the other book that I showed you guys during my classical reads. And I purchased this because once I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to have it. So now this one is going to be shown on the bookcase. But anyway, Picking Daisies on Sundays. Thank you, Brittany, for getting me this book. I really enjoy it, except the miscommunication. I have another book from Liana that I got from Christmas that I might read. I want to read it next, but I also want to tackle my TBR and just let the jar choose for me. Again, if that jar gives me a series, the next book video I do, we're skipping it. I don't think I can handle a series right now. I just want to read a standalone book. My short-term memory, not short-term memory, well, that too, and my short attention span cannot survive a series right now. So I'm hoping in the next video, when I do another pull out of my TBR jar, it's gonna be a standalone book. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. I hope you guys are doing well. Definitely read Picking Daisies on Sundays if you're looking for something like a clean romance, fake dating, childhood friendship. And if you don't mind the miscommunication trope too much, it's not terrible where it's like ripping your hair out, but it's like, guys, just talk. Just talk. Just talk to me, bro. Don't play around. But yeah. Anyways, stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.